Hi everyone. Today's the 16th of August 2024. Okay, while I'm having my second coffee for the day, I enjoyed my shower and my Zen time and washed my hair today, being Friday. I tend to do my hair on Friday. Um, so during my Zen time in my shower, it's when I'm really just chilled and not thinking of anything in particular. And so I tend to get a lot of messages coming through, basically on topics that I should consider sharing with you all. So that's what I'm here to do. Now, this is quite a controversial topic. The topic is about orgasms and how important they are for us as human beings, males and females on the planet. Whether you're single or in a relationship, and no matter what your age is. So I guess what I'm wanting to say is, and I've just done some pinpoints for myself here. So knowledge is power, okay? Power is something earned by having the understanding and the open heart. Really, the open heart and the open mind and the ability to have the vision and foresight, okay? That basically we are conditioned in our entire lives in so many systematic ways, whether that's government, whether that's religion, whether that's parenting, um, schooling, whatever the case may be, okay? And it's really about reaching a point in your life where, and now with the awakening happening, we are all moving in that direction. And it's about really just stepping away from what we're conditioned to believe and what our behaviors, what behaviors are acceptable and what aren't, okay? And the thing is, all behaviors, all emotions are human traits and they are all acceptable. And this is something that I just want to bring to your attention, okay? So we get taught, don't be angry, don't show aggression. It's the devil in you. It's, a negative trait. In actual fact, it's not. We all have the same traits, okay? And we all have the same emotions and we all have the same abilities and reactions. Why? Because we are all human. So we all have what we look at as good side and a bad side. Now the thing is, each side needs to be balanced, okay? So everything's about duality and balancing those characteristics or traits within us, because having the streak of being angry is a valuable tool. It's a valuable weapon when used correctly, okay? So it's not something that should be locked away in a box with a key within us, because when we need it, it's too hard to get to. Okay, we got to find the key. We got to unleash it. We got to let it out, and then we second guess: should I be releasing my anger? Okay, the difference is knowing with maturity and self realization and self, centering and really just doing your inner self work. Knowing that that tool is there and available to you when you need it is priceless. Okay, and I'm just using anger as one of the main um, traits, because anger triggers adrenaline. Adrenaline triggers movement. Movement means you can defend yourself or you can run, whichever is appropriate to your situation at the time. But that anger is something that you need to be able to reach in very quickly and put into action It doesn't mean you should be using it against somebody because you get frustrated. That's self-control. That's a whole nother ball game. But that is also about learning how to use your tools and weapons, because we all have them, okay? We all have the ability to love. We all have the ability to hate. They're equal. What you choose to work with and how you choose to use them is the mindset. So, going back to the topic of orgasms, I'm going to give you an example on myself. And I'm sure so many of you will be able to relate to me. So, I am Maltese, and my background is that we're Catholic for generations on both sides of my family. Very strong, stout Catholics. I even went to Catholic school with nuns and priests. And the question that one of the many, many questions that I did ask nuns whilst at school, and was told that, well, my mother was told that I was not a very compliant child, which wasn't true. I was very compliant. I've always been pretty much the good girl, but I do challenge with questions. I like to know answers. And so when they were unable to give me the answers, that caused me to really look outside the square. And that was as a child, okay? So as a young teenager, um, you know, where you're starting to develop and get that hormonal triggering going on, and you wake up in the middle of the night and you're self-pleasuring, and you have this almighty feeling of guilt that, oh, I shouldn't be doing that, and you know, how wrong it is. The fact is, it's not wrong, and it is natural, and it is something that we should be doing, and we shouldn't um, deprive ourselves of that love for ourselves, and to understand our own bodies, and to understand and love and nurture ourselves in many ways of our own pleasures. You know, we will think of things like, oh, take a nice hot bath and a meditation, or get a massage, or get your nails done, or do your hair, or put your makeup on, or whatever the case may be. And for guys, it might be, you know, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to buff up and I'm going to, you know, feel good about myself, or I might spend the afternoon going fishing or go for a bike ride, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, we also need to think of, okay, the food that we're ingesting, we're now becoming more aware of what we're eating and the impact it has on our bodies. We're also becoming more aware of what we're feeding our minds, watching the news, listening to the news on the radio, or certain programs or movies that trigger emotional upheavals within us. We know that that's not good for us. We can sense it, we can feel it. So becoming in tune with yourself is really important. So we start to navigate away from doing that. Now, I haven't watched normal TV and I don't even know how many years now. And it's because the impact that it had on me. Now, I listen to the radio daily, but as soon as the news comes on, I turn it off, wait 10 minutes and then turn it back on. It's not that I don't want to know what's going on around the world. It's I don't want to be conditioned to fear-based information. And so I choose to live in love and share in love. And that love has to start within yourself first, okay? And that includes orgasms. So let's get back to orgasms. Orgasms feed your sexual energy, okay? Now, for women, empresses, goddesses, divine feminines, wherever and whatever status you are at this particular time, it's important to keep yourself ripe there. Okay. If you don't use it, you lose it. Now, it's not about, you know, being prepared for the next romantic innuendo with somebody. It's not about that at all. That's an additional benefit, yes, but it's not about that. It's about the nurturing side of us. Now, you know, we have wombs. We are so blessed with having a womb. Um, God gifted us with the ability to nurture, whether we've had babies or whether we haven't had babies, whether we intend to have babies or not, whatever the case may be, that's our nurturing point, okay? That's our love zone. And so if we don't keep that activated and keep it vibrant and nurtured and protected, then that makes us feel flat. That dims our light, okay? So when you're feeling that, well, I mean, you could say it could be erotic, it could be, you know, it's that a vibration. It's all energy. Everything's energy, okay? So when you're in the state of having an orgasm or coming to reach an orgasm and your breathing changes, it's that breathing that ignites your womb and your love zone to really generate power and energy. And that energy then flows throughout your body, okay? And it shows in you. You will expel love. And it's the love for yourself that's so important. And that then shows and expresses to others that you are loved. So it's really important. And that goes for men too. You know, you should be at least once daily serving yourself with your own love. Sorry, I'm going to have a sweet. Because the same thing goes for men. Men can work on all the other muscles, but you need to be working on your main muscles, guys. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. And you guys are the same as us. When you generate the energy in your sexual region, I mean, it's our chakras as well. Where's my chakra guide? I think it's in my bedroom. It's not here, is it? Steve's the chakra guy. Steve Hammond. If you want to know, like I said, if you're having any issues with that area, book in with him. Highly beneficial for you to unblock your chakras, especially in that area. You know, it's all about flow. Energy is flow. And when you have blockages, you just can't flow. You can't feel. You can't give until you give to yourself first. And so this is something I really wanted to share with you all, because it's not wrong. And we really need to be more in tune with ourselves. And, you know, how do we really expect to be fulfilled in a loving, sexual, sensual relationship if we aren't being true to ourselves and know what works for us? Because, you know, you may look at joining into a relationship, or you may be in a relationship and have been for years and still haven't had all your fantasies or your boxes ticked or whatever the case may be. And that's because you've hidden them from yourself. And so if you haven't brought them to the forefront for yourself, then don't expect your partner to know what they are, because you haven't shared them and you haven't explored them and you haven't taught them. So that's just a little bit of healthy relationship tips while I'm at it. Yeah, so that's the controversial topic of orgasms. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. Each to their own. But if you do agree with me, share the video, because it's about really awakening people to, you know, God gave us our bodies. God created us. If we weren't meant to enjoy that, we wouldn't have been given it. Okay? If we weren't meant to have anger, the strength and power that anger brings, the adrenaline that anger brings, we wouldn't have been born with it. Okay? Because we need those resources, we need those tools, we need those emotions, we need those abilities. We just need to know when to use them. And that's the difference. It's all about mindset. Anyway, so that's my little spiel on orgasms. And I am looking now at doing a 10-person in-person class for life coaching. So if you are interested in attending one of my life coaching courses, please do contact me. The course will run for 2 hours per week of an evening, and it will be likely a Wednesday or a Thursday night. I'm yet to book in the location, but the location will be at Coomera, and it will be for 5 weeks. So it's a 5-week commitment. It is 2 hours per week over the 5 weeks, and you will get given some homework, which is more about exercises for yourself to do, and a journal to keep for yourself and things like that. But it's coaching. It is not counseling. I am not here to listen to your stories and your experiences, and I certainly don't want that type of environment being shared amongst other people in the group. This is not a group workshop or anything like that. This is the life coaching. This is giving you the tools that you need to put into practice for yourself. So it's a completely different type of teaching, and this is what I am very skilled at and very passionate about, because dwelling on things of the past doesn't heal it. Having the tools and the change in mindset does. And if this is something that interests you and that you can feel the passion that I have within me to guide you through that, then please do contact me. The cost will be $500 per person, which is extremely cheap for the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes, not just providing you with the service. And that is something that I have really mulled over, what works for everybody, so that it covers the cost of the materials that I provide for you as well. Okay, so that's me. I'm Tracy. I am from Toward Futures, and if you are interested, please drop me a line. Please keep up the self-love and the love for others. Stay safe. All the best. Bye for now.